right, welcome back. It is time to talk some hockey. We welcome former Golden Knight and Channel 8 hockey expert Deryk Engelland back here. And Deryk, it is the eve of the Stanley Cup final here in Las Vegas, Game 1 tomorrow.
Yeah, it's exciting times for the city and the team, for the whole organization.
Let's talk about what are the players probably thinking right now, because it's such a big moment. The veterans that have been there, some have won the Cup that are playing on the Knights team, but some of these guys have never been there, and now this is their first opportunity.
Yeah, I think you're probably getting there, it's kind of worn off. You're just ready to get going because, the media day and the practices leading up to it, you just want to get started and get going, and that's what you do all season long. So you just want to get the games going, get ready into the battle, and then get going. Well,
it's the Knights taking on the Florida Panthers, and when you think of Florida, boy, you think of one of those teams that's kind of like you guys in 2018, a magical run here.
Yeah, if you go back to the beginning of the season, I think a lot of hockey experts had them picked to be pretty good this year. They came out of the gates a little slow, but they've been playing playoff hockey for a long time. They've beat some good teams, so they're clicking on all cylinders, and I think it's going to be a great matchup.
Guy, I think Pittsburgh had to win a couple games that allowed the Panthers to get into the postseason, and look what they've done. They've knocked off three of the top teams in the league to face the Knights.
Yeah, they've come out to, after the 3-1 deficit to Boston, they've come out. Bobrovsky's gone in, and he's been extremely well for him. So you got to figure out him early on and get traffic in front of him and get him off his game a little bit.
Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun. When you think of the Panthers, you think of the Knights coming off that real impressive win over Dallas, which was really impressive. They shut them right down and looked like they were going to be now rolling into the Cup final.
Yeah, you've heard a lot of people. It was almost the perfect game. Even Pete DeBoer said they were ready to go. They played a near perfect game. I don't think you can ever play a perfect game, but it was as close as you're going to get to it. And I think it was fueled by that fourth line coming out. The first shift dominated. Their second shift, they get a goal. So they're fueling off them, and they're going to need a lot more of that coming up.
You know what's kind of fun too, and we talked about that today at Media Day, was how the Misfits are playing such a big part of this run.
Yeah, right on the back end, Theo and McNabb, D partners, they're playing extremely well against tough opponents, and then Marchie, Smith, Carlson, Will Carrier, all of them have contributed in one way or another. So it's fun to see them back here again 5 years later. All
right, Deryk, before I let you go, let's go back to 2018, and the city was just absolutely on fire. This team that came out of nowhere suddenly in the Cup final.
Yeah, it was electric that year. It was the craziest thing I've seen. I thought it was all year long. I thought it was, and then you got to the finals, and it was just another level. So I expect to see that here. It's been pretty amazing around town already, so it's going to be even bigger coming up here.
We got about 30 seconds to go. How do you predict this final to go? You've been pretty good with your predictions.
Yeah, it's been close. I think it's going to be a battle. They're going to play a physical game. Matthew Tkachuk, I've played with him in Calgary, and I think they really feed off his energy and how he plays. So it's going to be I think it's going to be a physical battle, and it's going to be some tight games.
Does it go all 7?
Oh man, as a fan, I want to say yes, because there's nothing better than a Stanley Cup final, Game 7. But as a Knight, working and bleeding gold, I guess you could say, hopefully it's a short series.
All right, we'll see what happens. It all starts tomorrow, 5 o'clock over at the Fortress T-Mobile Arena.